This little river here has actually got some really nice smallmouth in it, and I can't wait to do it again. Welcome to Show Me Creeks. I'm Larry, and today we put in right here. This is Hull Ford access, and we float down to Hazelgreen access. Now right now this is the Osage Fork of the Gasconade, but when we take out, we will be on the Gasconade for a little bit. We took out here yesterday, and I missed an absolute tank upstream. This whole area had a bunch of down trees. Kinda wild I had so many, to be honest. All you see is like a big tree down up through there too. Yeah, it's flat, nothing. That's pretty crazy. Mondays are always really rough. Used to be because of hangover, but now it's because I'm just so tired from floating all weekend. But I'd rather have that problem than a hangover. Let's try it from this angle. Really? Little largemouth, come on now. Hey, thanks little guy. It's gonna be a healthy one, you can tell it's got a great shape. Good genes, probably good genes. Alright, first bass of this trip, yay. How many of you guys thought I was gonna get hit over in here? I know I did. I don't know how deep that is. That looks too good not to cast into. Would you have cast in there? Or just assume it's too shallow? That sweat running down my face and makes it itch. Thought I had something. Okay, nice. Did have some. A smallie. There it is. Heck yeah. Toss it back. You know, today seems like it's going to be those kind of days that, you know, if you landed the fish, you'd have done all right. But if you didn't, you're going to feel like you didn't do much. And that's what I'm feeling like at the moment. I've tried the mag draft, that Spro rock crawler, two top waters. Unfortunately, I ran off and left all my fishing stuff at home, so I've only got the stuff that I had in my kayak. That's what I'm using the last 2 days, realistically. I stopped and bought one chopo. One of the bass hit it there and bent the tail, and now it wants to roll. I have to straighten the tail out somehow, but that's never really happened for me. I've used the same chopo over and over and over and over and over, so that's kind of weird. I don't really care for water like this too much myself. If I did, I'd just go fish lakes. I'm tired too though, to be honest. I ain't casting as much. Definitely ain't casting in the right spots. Just my arm's tired. Did a lot with it yesterday. Ah, dang. These things flop so hard to get off. Look at this here. This is beautiful. This is already my favorite section. And I caught a fish, basically. But this is beautiful. And it's moving. There we go. That's a good one. That's a good 14 for sure. solid catch. Let's toss it back. Try to get another one real quick. I probably shouldn't even been out here on the river, to be honest with you. I'm so tired. I mean, I can't even set a hook, net a fish, nothing. But you know, you drive 3 hours and I gotta drive 3 back. I might as well float something is what I'm thinking. Look at that thing, very pretty. That's at least 14 inches right there. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and toss it back. Ooh. I caught a couple of decent ones, lost a couple of decent ones, but man, I really would have liked to have caught those ones that I missed. If I did, today would have actually been a great day. Either way, it's still a good day, don't get me wrong, but you know, as far as numbers go, they're here, so it ain't the river's fault that I can't net them, you know what I mean? So we can't sit there and knock the river for it. I think it's a great little location. Right now I ain't even paddling and we're still moving. This is more my speed, this section, than the upper section was, to be honest. That section was pretty slow, the majority of it. It was still nice to do and get it out of the way, check it out, but I would prefer this section, it seems. There we go, tiny little guy. Just big enough to mess my line all up. What the heck? There we go. Another beauty. Probably 11, 12 inches. If you guys haven't caught any of these Ozark smallmouth, I mean, I am not playing. You need to make a trip and get on them. I mean, these things way outfight the little creek bass. This is nice looking. Here we are, this little guy drilled it. Wonder how long it takes him to realize he's not in that same pool. Now, I was tired in the beginning of this video, and it just seemed like everything was aggravating me. I actually caught a couple fish here today, you know, enough to make this trip worth it. In the beginning there, I wasn't sure about it, but in the long run, I missed more than I caught. So that ain't this river's fault, that's mine. At what temperature do you quit fishing? Or you say, no, I'm not going out there today, it's too hot. Well, today, right now, it's probably like 104. But to be fair, I didn't really check the weather, or I probably wouldn't have came out. This is the kind of fun stuff that you get to do, too. So, you can't forget about this kind of stuff. I don't even know if this thing would fit under here. Alright, this is kind of what you gotta do. I had to take the seat off here. So, well, bam. Definitely don't want to get down in there without my seat. So, we'll put that back in there first. Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna bring it back some. Oh. There we go. Okay. I think that means we probably need to paddle more. You know what I mean? I don't want want to get caught in a storm out here and get blown into one of these trees. There's only a million of them. Make a couple more casts and start paddle battling out here. I appreciate you watching. Good luck if you get out. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, okay, what we got here? A little largemouth. There he is. A little largemouth in here actually fight really good. I have to assume all the fish do. If I'd have landed all the fish that I missed, this would have been a hell of a trip. This looks pretty cool too. I definitely like this section better. The other section was just too slow for me. Look at that thing. What is that? Can you believe that? That's it? This thing's like, I don't know. That's a nice one though. Nothing crazy, no. Let's see. Shoot, 13 and a half. Puts up a fight like that. That's ridiculous. Toss it back. Amazing. Gotta be careful through here. This thing's winding, pushing you everywhere. Looks like it'd be great fishing too. Hey. If you haven't kayaked much, I wouldn't suggest just going through a little section like that. I feel fairly comfortable doing it, but I always haven't, that's for sure. I mean, probably even earlier this year I would have walked through some of that stuff, but the more you do it, the more you get used to it, the more you know, this could be what happens here. Oh boy. Is this where it meets the Gasconade? Here we go. Let's see. 17 and a half. That's a good one. Heck yeah, look at that thing. Oh man, I'm so glad I cast in there. I missed a bunch like this last 2 days. This little river here has actually got some really nice smallmouth in it, and I can't wait to do it again. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and toss this thing back. There it goes. So awesome. Caught that on this right here. It's a 110 flat-sided plopper. This is a 12 Oaks custom, and this is the Indian Slayer. Smallies love it, I can tell you that. And that was a solid catch right there, and that's why I like little runs like this. This is the kind of stuff that's perfect to me. It's not very wide. There's rocks in the bottom, and it's moving. And then right here, boom, it just drops off. All right, well, that's going to do it. This right here behind me is the Osage Fork, and right now we're on the Gasconade. We're just going to go ahead and get on out of here, get something to eat, get ready for work. Yay. And then hopefully do it again next weekend. Gone. Thought I had a tank, but the little dude swiped and missed it. And right next to this big old mess of a tree pile here. Toss them back.